Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight for opening day for the PBE. I'm having a good Tuesday and excited to kick off the season. Um, but one second, I gotta check that I had a task from Dame. I needed to check to make sure that the face scans were in here. That looks like it's good. But I hope you're all having a good Tuesday. Realizing that I forgot to do a lot of my pre-stream checklist stuff for the file, so I will, you know, go through that really quick. But we'll get started very shortly. Perfect. All right, we're all good to go. So for people that are not super familiar with the league, we do something a little bit different opening day, which is what we kind of call strike zone, something we do 2 times per season. But what that means is that we're going to have some live real-time sims. So basically, we're going to jump around, watch a bunch of games. So hopefully everybody will be on stream at some point. So we have 5 of those, 2 quick sims, and then 2 off days. So we'll get through 7 games. But before we get started with the stream, we do have there was a FedEx delivery. We got all the awards, but there was one that got missed, and it was gonna be very ironic after kind of how that award stream was going at one point. But that one that was missed was okay. Yeah, I so I didn't have my audio set on that scene, so I did a whole entire scene for it, and then I had no audio configured. But yeah, congratulations, Nas. It was kind of what I was saying is it was really ironic because Nas was saying how it was great that he took the stream from me and that I didn't have to announce myself in the User Hall of Fame, and I was getting so ready to tell him how kind of joke with him about it when it got announced, and then he didn't come up. So, but kind of good that he gets to not have to announce himself. Worked out well that way. Um, but yeah, but for people who might not be as familiar with Nas's contributions, he's probably the main one that people would know him from is Prospect League. He's been heading up Prospect League for like, I don't know, 15, 20 seasons. I Since before I joined the league. And so that's always a big time commitment. 20 seasons, yeah. I knew it was around there because that was. But, and even prior, we used to have, he pretty much streamed every single Prospect League stream live. Now it's kind of taken the burden off of him and done a little bit of some quick sims or real time sims. But yes, so used to do like 2.5 times as much streaming a couple seasons ago. So definitely put in a lot of work in, probably close to having the most streams in the league, I would imagine. If not having that number. He's also GM'd for State College and the Sea Serpents. I don't know what your accolades were as a Swifties GM, but did win a ring, if I'm remembering correctly, with Seattle, and then also it's also been a very this is probably something that many people wouldn't know, but has been a really key contributor, especially with our relations with OTP, because he's an OTP affiliate, so he's been super helpful with the league kind of figuring out navigating that relationship. So, kind of one thing that would have been a lot harder to accomplish without his help. But so yeah, congratulations, Nas, on making the User Hall of Fame. But with that out of the way, done. We will get into the first day. I need to change the title. But yeah, we'll get into it. I don't know what we'll start off with. I think we might start off with the Voyagers, since they won. So kind of reward them for being our champions. I need to... All right, there we go. So get into this. Maybe I don't know if I'm going to be able to... Here, this will work fine. I had a little bit of a blurb that I needed to read from the stats team. Where is that? Okay. We'll read off the Firehawks one. But all right. So the New England Foragers, for those who don't know, they won most recently, but they the first team to win back-to-back championships since the surge in '54 and '55. Tonight they begin their title defense by hosting division rival and fellow Old Guard stalwart, the Outer Banks Aviators. Last season, the Voyagers scored the most runs in the Legends, struck out the least of all PBE teams, and once again led the entire league in wins. While the Crabs certainly provided them a challenge in the league championship series that went all the way to 7 games, they brought the Brooms to the World Series against the Toros. Outer Banks was also swept in the divisional round, with this first game of the year providing them with an opportunity for sweet revenge. The Voyagers once again returned 8 out of 9 of their 8 ninths, 8 batters from the second most prolific offense, in baseball following the release of Summadog. Taking his spot in the lineup will be the young Devontae Moore, who's called up this season after a minor league season where he absolutely torched every ball he hit, earning himself a Silver Slugger and third in MVP votes. He will assume the DH mantle as the Voyagers' all-time home run leader Nolan Teggy will move back to first base. Henry Magic returns after finishing runner-up as the Rookie of the Year at third base. Diego Ramirez, the shortstop, got some new silver hardware on the mantle, and the Gold Glover center fielder Kreis von Kreistelhauser returns. Returns as an all-star. Conference Finals MVP Brian Payne returns to his spot behind the dish at catcher. Adam Kalbebe is back at the Keystone, and Isuru Tanaka and Can You Take Me Higher resume their work in the corners of the outfield. The Voyagers' pitching staff is a bit revamped. Legends Conference honoree for Best Pitcher and MVP runner-up Joey Moose Jr. leads the way, with mainstays Taylor Adkins, Professor Crockwell following behind him. The newest addition is Leonidas Longpipe, who GM Enoch signed away from San Antonio. So Adkins is taking the mound for them. Longpipe's deal is laden with options, so who knows how long he will stay after this first season. Stand-up lefty P-Dub Woods returns to the bullpen in a stopper role, followed by lefty Definitely Not Evil Dictator and right-hander Big Rooster. 2 new rookies replace the lefty duo of Anthony Stover and John Whitman, with righty Caitlin Montreal and left-hander Claudio the Crowing Kilgannon, set to make their major league debuts sometime in this first week. Montreal stuff made her curveball and circle change look silly against hitters in the Amarillo Desert, and she's hoping those results will translate to the Big Apple. Kilgannon is built similarly, but with 3 stand-up pitches in his fastball screwball circle change repertoire. Ransom Jones is notably gone for the bullpen, as the Voyagers' all-time saves leader retired after the season ended. But yeah, we'll get this game underway and probably watch everybody at least bat through one time, and then we'll go from there. Not get any audio through my headset. I do not have any write-ups for anybody other than the 2 World Series winners. So it's no OBX write-up, unfortunately. Thank you, T-Den. So first batter for the Aviators will be a hit by pitch for Patrick Eschenbach. Morimura grounds out into a fielder's choice. And Curtis Jones flies out to right field. So that ends the open mic. No, I'm not. Maybe I could. I don't know enough about your lineup. Nothing looks different to me. I guess Julio Ruiz Jr. a rookie. Either rookie or second player. But so runner on third with 2 outs. Early chance for Bebe for the Voyagers, but he's going to pop out to the shortstop. And that will end the inning. We're going to head to the bottom of the second. Julio Ruiz Jr. is going to hit a home run on his first at-bat of the season. I think that's 4 or so pitches in, and he's going to hit that one over the center field wall. So the Aviators take an early lead. Angel de la Fuerte walks. Speedy McFly Jr., ex-Lemur, drops that in for a single. That's going to put runners on the corners with no outs. And Oliver is going to put them up 2-0 with an RBI single. Strikeout from Slow gives them their first out of the inning. And a great diving play by the shortstop, Ramirez, will get Ghosty to ground out. That saved a run or 2, and that pop-out is going to be key. It was a big save by that shortstop to hold that deficit from getting any larger. Moore grounds out. Magic strikes out. Kreis von Kriestelhauser draws a walk, so runner on first. And a fly blind drive down the right field line will end the inning. So no runs doing for the Voyagers in the first inning. Morimura strikes out. Curtis Jones pops out. Shortstop had to make a long trot out there, but still made the catch. Ruiz Jr. doesn't hit a home run this time, but he's still going to get on base with a walk. De La Fuerte drops that in for a single. Oh, a pickle! And he's out at third. That ends the inning, and we will, after the pickle, we will check out some other games. I'm going to try to jump back and forth between the minors and the majors just to give us a mix of stuff. I guess I can do the California read now. So we're going to watch California. They are our minors World Series winners. The defending minor league champion California Firehawks begin their title defense tonight hosting the State College Swifties. After a thrilling World Series where they duked it out with Florida in a 7-game series, the Firehawks returned 6 of their 9 batsmen this year, including Silver Slugger I've Got a Dumper. Okay, never mind. I got mixed up on the players. I thought that Devontae Moore got called up, and I got them mixed up. All-star second baseman Young Song and Gold Glove winner Coleman Carver. Their newest rookies provide outfield depth, including the Gold Glove Ashton Fox, utility man John Bennis, and the new everyday DH contact hitter Vecna Whatsit. A great deal of California's talented hitters from last year has since been called up to the Major League, with the likes of All-Star Rafael Furcal Jr., Silver Slugger Devontae Moore, and World Series MVP Whoop Whoop all being promoted. On the pitching side, they maintain a veteran presence in the starting rotation, with wins leader I'm a Dude Man, right-hander David Sears, and the All-Star Ingrid Kielhauer. Kielhauer will be looking to improve upon their 1.20 ERA plus this year and prove themselves as the most dominant starter in the minors. Lefty Massive Unit makes his rotation debut after pitching out of the bullpen the year prior with some success. The current bullpen is also full of veteran mainstays with Adam Whittam, mid at best, and all-star closer Che Armbander, all returning to their effective roles. This is Whittam's 5th year in California, and the lefty's splitter fastball changeup combo has proven to be less effective since he was moved to from the starting rotation to the bullpen 2 years ago. Ichiban Kasugo looks to improve themselves after a rough rookie season, and the newest arm in the barn is right-hander Joe Callaway. He is looking to prove his circle change and curveball are legit, although his diminutive fastball might hold him back. So we'll get into this game. Yeah, I mean, he hit like... Didn't he have an insane amount of home runs last year? But yeah, I know that Devontae Moore season last season was pretty gnarly from the power side. Or am I? Okay, he had 957 OPS with 31 homers. Pretty good. Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was the RBI record. I got it mixed up with I think Stewart was kind of gunning for possible home run record in the majors, but yeah, I remember that was the lots of RBIs. But so State College still scoreless through their first 5 innings of ball. I've got a dumper, grounds out. Nicholas draws a walk. Coleman Carver lines that down the left field line. That's going to be down. So 2 runners on with 1 out. That drops in for a single. Bases loaded with 1 out for Weckton Whatsit, who is 1 for 2 so far on the season. Will strike out, though, not able to go 2 for 3. Then brings up Ashton Fox, who will ground out. So State College gets out of that one. We'll watch their bottom of the 6th, and then I guess we'll watch 1 full more inning. So bottom of the 6th, top 7, unless something gets out of hand or anything. But Skovgaard gets their 2nd hit and then their first stolen base on the season. Wacker gets an infield single. So good opportunity here for the Swifties. And they got the double play. That is not a double play that you'd see often. Catcher making the throw to second base to get the lead runner, and then they get the out at first. That is an amazing defensive double play there. Maybe one of the top plays you'll see in the minors all season. Bennis flies out. Song flies out to center field. And Majima strikes out. So that ends the inning. We'll check out, see if we have anything. I want to make sure we don't miss any really tight games that are later in the game. Watch Indy Nashville. Are there any games that could have playoff implications? Well, this is a little early for playoff implications, but yeah. It's down in the gap. Got a tied game in the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, I will. We'll watch. I'll kind of jump every 2 innings between games, and we'll try and alternate minors and majors for to some effect. So we'll see if the Bears game is still looking good after a few innings of this. Two quick outs for the Apex. Santos Garcia draws a walk, so runner on first. Big stealing threat here. We'll see. Oh, they picked him off, and we got another pickle. 2 pickles on opening day in the first game. We are, that is, a little crazy. Two quick outs for the Stars, so tied 2-2 still. I'm actually going to leave this game because I want to save that one. We'll check back in on that one in a little bit. It's the Bears. Yeah, okay. We'll watch this Bears Kingpins game because this looks Does look good. Double play. So we're going to go to the 9th. Oh, no, never mind. I had the wrong out total. Fly out, though, will send us to the 9th. Kind of some do-or-die baseball right now. All these nuts flies out. Kiso grounds out. Stitcherson puts that one in the gap, so they're going to have a good opportunity here. They just need one hit from Big Boy. They're going to walk him. That is interesting. And Tori will line out. Great contact, but not able to get it done. So the Kingpins have a chance to get our first walk-off of the season. Saejima does draw a walk. Pookie gambles, lines that through the infield. So there's going to be a runner on third with no outs. This is a, I'm assuming we're going to see an intentional walk, but not Belitsky. We won't. They're going to get a ground out that goes straight to the pitcher. You got to walk now, set up the double play. No, and Ganja Smoke is going to deliver. And the Kingpins will take this one 3-2. So that is our first game of the day. California also gets a win. And then 2-2, bottom of the 9th. So we'll watch. We'll jump back into this game since it's looking good. Apex get the first strikeout of the inning. Gray flies out. So we'll see if they'll push it into extras. And Lincoln Mercury gets a single. So a little bit of life. They've had almost no offense outside of those 2-3-4 batters. We'll see if Munson can deliver, but he will strike out. We're going to extras. Strikeout from Timothy. Santos Garcia grounds out. Strikeout for Fernandez ends the inning. Bottom of the 10th now. Chance for Briggs. He's going to deliver a single. Rainier passed ball. We'll get to second. Briggs will. Rainier flies out. Fowler the third. Strikes out. So Jimmy Lumber, the 9-hitter, not able to get that one out of the infield. So we're going to go to the 11th. Ground out for Goldberg. Akinlay drops that in. So we're going to have a runner on first with one out. 2 runners on now as Rosenthal walks. They fly out for a Tef. Babbitt person flies out, and that ends it. We have some other... We're going to watch the bottom of the 9th, and then I'm going to jump out because we have that Buffalo-Providence game in extras as well. And then there was a Lunar Base game that Lunar Base Detroit looked close. Gray gets an infield single. I mean, Lincoln Mercury has a good chance here, but he pops out. And Munson drops in for a single, and that will end the game. Michael Munson delivers on his second opportunity and walks it off in this one for Nashville. So Lunar Base not able to get the job done. We'll jump into that Providence game, but I'm going to check out the minors. So minors are all final. And there's a run. So Providence, as soon as we jump in, gets a 2-out hit from Summers. Bolts draws a walk. Zaluski draws a walk. Mayfield has a big opportunity here. And that's going to probably put this game on ice. As Nix Bayfield unloads the bases, and Providence is now up 4. So last bottom of the inning, unless Buffalo has some magic in them. And the surge will fall in game 1. All right. I think we're all done. Finish. Save, and then I will, I'm just going to click through the games so you guys can take a look at the box scores. I will be pretty quick, but it's a complete game from Horrendous Haddock on the first day. Lots of pitchers in that game. Yeah, good start to the season. It's weird because I need to get a new stream banner because I'm no longer on Cancun anymore. But it's our walk off in Indy, or actually in Nashville. I think the league we're getting to like an interesting point, kind of seeming like some of the teams that have been rebuilding for a bit are starting to slowly increase in ability. So there are quite a few of the teams that have kind of been at the bottom for a while are starting to peak their way up into the 40s win total again. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I have no idea how likely that is that will continue, but it's kind of cool to see some teams start to emerge. Oh, shows my so Firehawks did hold on to that 2-0 lead that we saw them having earlier. So our other walk-off of the day. And the Flamingos taking care of business against the Ranas. So that concludes day 1. We'll get on to day 2. And I think our first 3 days are all let me just pull up the game schedule just so first 3 days are all strike zone. So we'll we'll start we got Cancun, NOLA. We'll do our runner. We'll do the. Oh, I guess we can't do the runner-ups because Florida was is playing the Ranas, but we'll get Florida to start for our 4th strike zone day. But leadoff double from Gnome Child. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Solo takes 2nd. Cortez strikes out. Meredith drops it in, so Cancun's gonna take an early lead. If the Florida Ranas game is good, we will watch it. Like if there's oh wow, Malrain puts the Toros up 4-0. Yeah, if that game's good, I definitely would love to see the Ranas. But big first inning for the Toros. We might not stick around too long in this game. An error on Cito at short. If it's a 1-run game, like if it's the best game of the games that are there, we would watch it anyway. We'll watch it even if it has Piranhas on it. But the Piranhas are not a plus. Yes, I did. Remember that before the Enderman stolen base record. What team is he on this season? Winter base? No. I'll find him. Well, he was on winter base. I just missed him apparently. But yeah, so he was at 1074 and the all-time record is 1076. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'll check once we. Here, we'll switch over since it's a 4-0 game. It's not really let me just. I just want to make sure that Enderman didn't have any. He tied it. He tied the record. So the next, I guess, yeah, we'll watch Lunar Base when Enderman comes up, because he is assuming I'm reading this correctly, total 1076. So Enderman has tied the stolen base record. So yeah, we'll jump into this one and we'll see if we can watch Enderman do it. And I'll kind of just try and jump back into this game whenever we get to that point. As a but Clark Max strikes out, so I have Enderman coming up. He's going to get on first, so we are probably going to see an attempt at the record being broken right here. And off he goes, and Enderman now has the all-time stolen base record. So congrats Astro on getting it done. I know it was close coming into this season, or last season. It was kind of one of those down to the wire things, and then he just said, I'm going to do an extra year, and got it done. So yeah, I think Bartholomew Brown, right? That was the previous record holder. So all right, well, our work in this game is done. Thank you for the reminder, because we would have missed that if we didn't jump over that quickly enough. I'm gonna check out the minors just so that everybody can see how those games are going. But there's that's a lot of runs in 2 innings. But we'll watch Providence. Oh wait. Okay, we'll watch Providence Buffalo. We watched them a little bit yesterday, but Bolts grounds out, but puts a runner on third. Strikeout for Zalewski. Mayfield has another chance here to break a tie, and will deliver. Already at 5 RBIs on the season. Has 5 out of the team's 11. And Summers blasts that one over the center fielder's head. That's going to be an RBI. So 2 runs for the Crabs. And that's a deep fly ball. JD Pants makes this one a 5-1 game. And Surge finally got out of that one. We'll give them an inning to try and call back on this one, but otherwise we will check out a different game. Mio pops out to the shortstop. Chikison flies out to center field. Dog Maple strikes out swinging. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of action. Having some timely jump-ins. Well, I'll go DVS Seattle. Man. Oh, it's going to fix itself. Never mind. It did not fix itself. Okay. All right, there we go. That is better. Aaron Judge drops that in. That's going to be 2 RBIs for him. He puts Seattle up 3-1. And that ends the inning, but Seattle takes the lead. As soon as we jump into these games, there seem to be runs scored. Launch angle rounds out. Stell flies out. This is kind of a matchup of I know Seattle's rebuilding pretty hard. I think these 4 batters that they've signed are all inactives that are pretty low TPE. But so, and I think there's a bullpen armor too as well, maybe if I'm not remembering incorrectly. So they kind of started their rebuild. Death Valley, I think, is on the verge of going into one as well. So kind of 2 teams that were at the top of the champs even just 3 or 4 seasons ago that are starting to fade back into their rebuild. Oh, bad throw from the catcher puts Mets on third. Pass grounds out. No, they got him at the plate. So they got the runner. Pass could steal and make up for some of that. He does get a steal. So first stolen base on the season. And a single up the middle, so they will get the RBI anyway. Hawkins goes to second. Strikeout for McGraw ends the inning. We will, this is now a 3-run game, so we will head out. Are there any, there is Detroit winter base. Let's see if the minors is anything looking good. Dang. We'll go watch some more. We'll watch winter base Detroit since that game's close. That's a ball to the wall. Wow. Okay. As soon as we come in, Raymond Shawn delivers a RBI double. Ranas. We'll see if it stays close. That's a line drive down the right field line for Bobrist. That will clear 2 more runners. And, man, we can't... we can't stay in a game right now. Will I give Lunar Base a chance to respond? Newsom grounds out. So yeah, so Enderman got another stolen base, so he's now at 1078. He might, I don't know what TPE's at, but I believe he probably will have a good chance of breaking 1100, maybe pushing 1150. Yeah, I am definitely not opposed to showing the Ranas if it is deserving, but we're not gonna go out of the way to put him on stream. Alright, watch New York OBX. I think I might have accidentally deleted. Nope. Okay, perfect. Grind out for Oliver. Striking from Ruiz. This is the first 2 outs. Speedy McFly Jr. strikes out. So no runs scored. I saw the runner in scoring position. I kind of thought that the streak might continue, but it did not. Mihayer strikes out. Payne strikes out looking. Top of the 7th is gone. That drops in. Angel de la Fuerte is going to have a double in there easily. Ghosty strikes out swinging. Slow flies out. Eschenbaugh ground ball on the refill line, and it just came 1 inning later. But OBX is now up 3-2. Morimura got to hold that one, but it's going to fall into the glove of the center fielder. Wow, Lunar Base already took the lead back. They were down 3 really recently, and we left, and they clawed back right away. Ramirez is on first. No advancement on the pitch in the dirt. Bebe lines out at in the inning. So watch this. I'm gonna watch this one and then we'll leave. See if there's anything else that looks good. Oliver strikes out, so we'll take a look around the league. Lunar Base is now up 8-6. San Antonio beats Toronto. No longer a game in Florida. Okay, well, we'll watch this one. Yeah, Foxy, if you want, you can, for predictions, you could do stuff that's more related to the entirety of the league, like how many home runs will get hit in the game, or how many games will go to extras, how many walk-offs will there be, stuff like that. Backstop gets that in, so 2 runners on early here. First steal, that's a big steal from Rousseau, putting himself on third. That's going to be a walk-off infield hit for Kai Brummer. So as soon as we get in that game, that gets decided. Oh my. There's what happened to the Bears, Yeti. Or are we saying that because they lost 15-2? Yeah. Alright, we will, dang. 21 hits. Oh, New York took the lead. Okay, we'll jump into this one. Then Detroit Lunar Base looks like it might be good. Angel de la Fuerte flies out. Ghosty strikes out swinging. So 2 outs. Slow pass ball puts the runner in scoring position. We'll see if that costs them. slow grounds out, so the Aviators will fall. And we have a tie game in Lunar Base, so we'll jump on into that one. Strikeout for Crag. Nukes deep fly ball. That's off the wall. Slides in with a double. Big run there if they want this win. Althaus flies out. Vega strikes out swinging, so that ends the inning. Go to the 9th. Do or die time. Sean strikes out. CJ3 draws a walk. Obrist flies out. Stolen base for Johnson III. A strikeout from Nerd ends the inning, so the Space Rangers have a walk-off time. Walk-off opportunity. Max strikes out. Enderman draws a walk. That's not a guy that you want to put on base. Now where the thirds have been hitting. Oh, he's get ground into a double play, though. Enderman not able to use his speed there to help Lunar Base win the game. So we're going to go to extras. Dollarson draws a walk, and he'll take off for second, which luckily gets him out of the double play. So puts a runner in scoring position here. And that's into the gap, so the Detroit is going to take a 9-8 lead here off the bat of Holden Jam. They walk Slamus. Shizuka strikes out. And a ground out for Sean, but Lunar Base now. They do have the top of the order up, though. Firefly Boy lines out. AJ Justice flies out to left field. Now Crag. Single up the middle will keep the game going. Nukesum drops it in, so there's 2 back-to-back hits, and now the runner's on third. Link Althaus cannot beat out the ground ball, and that will give Detroit a 9-8 win. So there you go. There's your scores in the minors. We will get into box scores. Minors first. That's a lot of pinch hitters. All right, so the defensive sub. Kingpins, 15 runs on 15 hits. That is some efficient offense. They had, any errors? I guess 3 errors. That hurts. So, I mean, they had somewhere between 18 and 21 base runners and scored 15 of them. Yeah, only 6 left on base. And another 15-run game. This time it was Kansas City's. Yeah, these big offense games give some pretty wacky-looking ERAs early on in the season. Florida wins. Puerto Rico did put up a good fight at the end. And the Lemurs win 7-2. Oh, okay. Alright. Have to multitask and do my GMing duties as well. New York wins 4-3. Providence wins 9-6. We watched this one. Vancouver wins. Yeah, interesting. That New York, the New York, we're gonna have a really good playoff race in the I don't know which division it is, but the Legends. I think it's East. Between New York, Outer Banks, and Providence. They're all probably close to their very favorite, or they should make the playoffs. San Antonio and Vancouver are. It looked like we're testing like 5 games worse than Outer Banks, who's the third team of those three. But it's like that's a small enough gap that you can 100% make that up. Um, like 10 games might be a bit too much. It could happen, but 5 games is definitely make upable. But those teams should be in the playoffs unless both Van and San Antonio both do really well. Or if they really struggle, then they would not make it. But that's likely just going to be a race for kind of the division crown and playoff seeding. Yes, this is the second game. And last game of the day. So there's day 3. We'll get straight on into, or that was day 2. We'll get straight on into day 3. Um, hmm. We'll watch San Antonio, Toronto. We haven't watched them today. Gerrymander flies out. Skoden strikes out swinging. Rob Littleton strikes out as well. Good start for Biscuit Maker. Yeah, did you get called up yet to Toronto? Or are you still in Brew City? Drops in for a single. Runners on the corners for Toronto. Squires. Deep fly ball. Oh. Scoreboard hit that. And it'll be a fly out. Ground out for Laramie. Second Toronto season, yeah. Oh yeah, you're pretty far into your career, aren't you? I thought you stayed down 4 seasons in Brew City. RBI ground. Okay, only 3. Maybe I just had that in my mind from checking the might have checked the portal before you got called up in the portal. Matthews leadoff single. Got a World Series ring and bailed. That's a good way to go out. Thank you, Dr. Dynastic, for the raid. Welcome all our raiders. If you're kind of unfamiliar with our league, basically, you make a player, can join the Discord there if it sounds interesting. But everybody makes a player, You do weekly tasks to earn training points to add to your player and upgrade them. And then kind of just simulate out a career. So everybody that you see on your screen right now was created by a unique person. The teams are GM by real people. So it's a really kind of fun way to... It's kind of like playing MLB The Show, but obviously in out of the park and everything simulated. But it's a lot of fun. You get to meet new people, hang out in locker rooms with your team. Not a very unique experience. But yeah. Hope the stream went well today, Dr. D. Yes. When I say locker rooms, I mean we call locker rooms team Discord servers. So everybody, all the teams in the league have their own Discord server, and so then people can talk with each other, celebrate, watch streams, yada yada yada. But yeah, so we're on opening day today. Yeah. Opening day today. This is our third game of the season, so we're just kicking it off. This is our 61st season. We jump around in opening day to get all the teams on stream. But yeah, we'll jump over here, see if we have any other games that are looking good. But yeah, thank you. It's crazy. There's other similar leagues to us that are like, there's one that's I think in their 103rd season. We'll jump into Bruce City, Chicago. For other sports though, but it's crazy how long some of them have been running. But yeah, our seasons are only about 7 weeks, so we get through a fair amount. SHL is only at 88 right now, if my math is correct. I think my Citadels QCC won the season 88 cup. If I'm no, we just finished 87, didn't we? Yes, going into season 88. We drafted the 88 class. That was what I was mixing it up with. But that was quite the infield single. Bailey snuck by both the first baseman and the second baseman. Missed bunt. And a double play, though. Try to get the bunt down, and it, failing that, came back to bite them. Leadoff double for Kiso, so some runners on there for the Bears in scoring position with 2 outs, but Citruston will fly out and ends the inning. Yeah. Let me see. There's also, specifically if you're interested in checking out the league or just have questions even, I think that's the command. Yeah, so you can join the rookie Discord. We have a team of rookie mentors. Basically, their job is just to help people answer all their questions, so it's a nice kind of isolated environment with people that are there in the server just to help people. So it's a nice nice way to get started if you have questions or want to get into the league. But yeah, I don't think they're Oh, are you, where'd you go, Cobra? Forget where where's what? Yeah, sign up for the SHL is, right now is a pretty good time. RP on the Kingpins, okay. But we will, have a little bit of pitcher's duels. We're gonna get out of this one, see how the Majors games have been playing out. Have any other good minors games? Not particularly. All right, we'll go out of Cancun NOLA then, since they are tied. But Westbrook coming in out of the bullpen for the Brewers, trying to keep this game tied. Cancun was down 2 runs early in the game and was able to make a little bit of a comeback on the top of the 5th. And Gnome Child, a triple with 2 outs. We'll see if Brolina can get it done for the Toros. And he flies out. That ends the inning. Bottom of the 7th we go. That's in the gap. Ozzie Robinson off to a quick start. Brugers now have a good chance here. Johnson grounds out to second baseman. Yordong flies out to center field. And a ground out from McCheesy, not able to take advantage of that opening base runner. Solo draws a walk. That's a good runner to get on. He can steal, and he'll take second. 3rd stolen base on the season for Solo. Cortez strikes out. Meredith beats out an infield single. We'll see if he tries to take second. And he's getting gunned down at second. Second runner thrown out for McCheesy. You know, Malrain drops it in, though, so that's going to break the tie. He's going to be on second, so still a chance to do more damage here. Beatty draws a walk. So Griffin Stone, a rookie, will get an infield hit. Barely beats out the throw. And the rookie shortstop, Ejecto Cito, will draw a walk, so Cancun's going to extend their lead. And Gnomechild drops that in. So 4 runs here on top of the 8th, and we're going to check out some other ones. We'll see if there's any tied. Otherwise, we'll probably go to Boise. And that is the inning. Boise I did not realize that game was in the bottom of the 9th. But I don't know if we have any other. We have no games within 2 runs there. Okay, well. Let's see. Is there anyone we haven't really shown? So watch this game. Ground out for McInlay. Nashville has their last hope here. Munson flies out. Briggs gets a single, so 1 runner on. Rainier will fly out, though. And Valor the third. Line drive through the infield, so 2 runners on. They need a base appearance for Lumber. Has to get on base here. He strikes out, and that ends the inning. Guess we'll watch OBX. Technically has a chance to tie it up here. They're tying runs at the plate. Mura pops out. Curtis Jones. Short fly ball down the right field line. So bases loaded for Ruiz Jr., who already has 2 home runs. Draws a walk, so the lead is down to 2 now. Angel De La Fuerte strikes out. Big Rooster able to stave off the Aviators' late comeback attempt. I guess we will watch the Cancun game. We'll finish it out. Callahan strikes out. Ozzie Robinson grounds out. And Sidney Johnson pops out to the third baseman. So that ends the game. And I believe not out of it yet. We'll see if Lunar Base can mount a 2-out comeback here. There we go. So there's our first series all the way through. Let me check what we have up next. If it's we have a quick sim. So I am running a bit short on time. So I'm going to get through the quick sim. We'll show the quick sim box scores. I have some time. I just need to be out of here by 9:30, 10 p.m.-ish. But Vancouver now 4-0. Gets a win over the mighty New York Voyagers. Wow, my brain's not cooking today. The Crabs also 4-0. San Antonio was 3-0 heading into this series. It's a pretty stark contrast across the league already. Another big offensive day. Seen a lot of games with some big run totals. Seattle gets a win over Indy. They are 4-0. I don't think that's how they were anticipating their season to kick off. Cancun gets shut out by Detroit. Those teams were also both undefeated heading into that game. Lunar Base and New Orleans both were looking for their first win, and Lunar Base will come out on top. And then Nashville wins 9-6. Where do we have? All right, and then on to the minors. Oh. The Lemurs take down the Ranas 6-2. Oh, actually, I need to get a box score of this one. I have to find my Discord. All right. Wow, 16 inning game. How? 21 hits and 4 runs. 12 hits and 3 runs for the Hepcats. That is something. Firehawks win Yeah, that is a certainly a crazy game there. Dillo's win. And then Anchorage. KP is giving me a hard time for not sending him a screenshot of his game. All right, we are get on to our next day, which I believe is a strike zone day. It is indeed. All right. So, let's see. Watch Detroit Cancun to start. I think this is if I'm remembering, a rematch of the conference championship last season. So it should be a good game. All right. Thank you, TLK. Early opportunity here for the Demons. Nerd flies out. Dollarson strikes out looking, so that ends the inning. Go to the bottom of the first. Cancun gets a leadoff single from Gnomechild. He's been on a tear so far this season. That's dropped in for the single. That should probably score Gnomechild. And indeed it will, all the way from first. Menji Berlina gets RBI number 4. Oh, that's over the head of the right fielder. That'll be a double. So 2-0 now. And Solo steals third. Victor Cortez lines out up the middle, but it will be caught, or Solo will tag up, and that makes it a 3-0 game after just 4 batters. So 2 more groundouts, but the Toros up 3-0. We'll watch Detroit's half the inning, then we'll probably we'll see. I'll watch at least the second inning for both teams. Shizuka strikes out. That ends the inning there. Beatty trying to get some more action for the Toros. Build on that lead. Stone strikes out. Ejecto Cito strikes out swinging. Ends the inning. We'll check out a game that's a little bit closer. No tie games. Maybe we'll have a tie game in the minors. We can watch some minors baseball. Florida Dillos. Double for nope, never mind. I was messaging in my locker room about the score updates. But Dillos have runners on the corners with 2 outs. McTater gets them their first run. He's in there with a RBI single. DeGoat strikes out though, so Momentum able to keep it a 1-run game. Maxwell strikes out swinging. Yeah, this Flamingos team was one of the most dominant last season, but they did lose a lot of their team. Still have a solid group this year, but they are definitely not what they once were last season. But they are from what I was looking at, they should still be in the playoff hunt. So I think they have a 13 or 16 season playoff streak running, and they're gonna need a big big outing from their from their rookies to help propel them to keep that alive. There's Batty getting a 1-out single. McFortune is retired. An error moves Batty to second. McScallywags to first. Pollywag grounds out, and that ends the inning with no damage done. Watch the Dillos bottom of the inning here. Thank you, Toivo, for the sub. Two groundouts to the first baseman for the Dillos. Del Vecchio flies out, so we'll go look for a new game. Unless maybe that's the best game, but we'll see. All right. Nashville DBS. That's dropped in for a single. Slate Gray. Oh, no, he gets a double out of it. We're looking for some runs to build that lead. And a good third inning, but 1-run leads might not cut it here. Infield hit for Munson. Briggs will ground out. Does move the runner over, so Rainier has a big chance here. And he'll deliver. That's off the wall. He's in there with a double, 2 RBIs, makes this a 6-3 game. Fowler the third strikes out swinging. That ends the inning. But DVS is now facing a 3-run deficit instead of the 1-run deficit they were facing going into that inning. Healer strikes out for out number 1. Lon Gnomes strikes out. Eucliffe grounds out. That ends the inning there. We'll watch this half of the Stars, and then we'll probably look for a closer game. Levine lines out into a double play. Angle makes the unassisted double play at first. And Shadow puts that one off the wall, so that double play, big there, so that might have saved a run. But does save a runners on second and third with 1-out situation. Gray draws a walk. Ford Lincoln Mercury drops it in for a single, so that's going to score 2 runs as Gray will score all the way from first off after walking. And Munson drops that in down the right field line for a double. And Briggs strikes out, so that will put this one. Looks like Cancun Detroit is close again, though. Let's see, how far along is that game? Top of 7th. This one is top of 8. We'll watch Anchorage Bruce City for a bit. Strikeout from Vicarian. Keon Lenedy strikes out as well. So ends the top of the 8 scoreless. Bears need some magic here. O'Shaughnessy grounds out. Sankara pops out. And Jerry Coleman grounds out up the middle. So 1, 2, 3. Gone to the 9th. Wheeler's looking for some insurance. D. Nice gets on the bases. And he's picked off, though. So Real Games does a little bit of a walk him and pick him off out for out number 1. Barnum grounds out. Chico grounds out as well. That will retire the side. Career minor leaguer grounds out to the second baseman. All these nuts grounds out to the shortstop. And Keys to the last hope strikes out swinging, and Anchorage able to use their pitching to advance on that one. Amarillo beats Florida. State College beats Kansas City. We'll Watch this Cancun-Detroit game. Slamis puts runners on the corners. Shizuka pops out. So that's out number 1. Sean. Single up the middle will tie the game up 5-5. And a dribbler from ZJ3 will end the inning. But the Toros now without a lead. Solo drops it in for a single. They turn the double play. They did not attempt to use Solo's speed to advance him on the bases, and it did not pay off there. Meredith gets on with 1 out. We'll see if he tries to steal second. And he's off in there safely with stolen base number 2. O'Malrain flies out, and that ends the inning. So the game remains tied 5-5. Zembobrist flies out. Nerd flies out down the left field line. And Dollarson grounds out. Toros with a walk-off opportunity here. Beatty hits a deep fly ball. That one's gone. Carlton Beatty, with his first home run of the season, will give the Toros their 4th win. What a at-bat there from Beatty. Man, none of these games are close. Minors are all done. I'm tempted just to... I'm going to see if any of these get anywhere. Does not look like they are going to. I just don't want to sit through 3 innings. Right, we'll watch this game. A first flies out. Oh, that was quick. It's just a 9-0 game. Grill Traveler strikes out. That Crabs did score 2 in the 8th. And the leadoff double from Greer. Whittle grounds out to the second baseman. Mander. And that breaks up the shutout. So the Sloth's able to get something back. That is... It's very interesting that the Crabs pulled their starter after like 5 innings. See what happened there. Dang. Wow, it's like Iceman threw 7 Ks, 4 walks, 4 hits, no earned runs, but it took him 115 pitches. That is... It's a lot of pitches. I guess we will watch New York, Vancouver to close off the game. Had some gaudy hit totals today. 19 in this one from the Voyagers. We had like 21 earlier. Lots of double digits. Double play for New York there. And we'll bring them up to bat in their half of the 8th. Kriestelhauser is going to have hit number 20. Mihire strikes out. Payne strikes out. And Tanaka strikes out. So 3 straight Ks for Kidd. Good relief appearance there for him. Rishikesh ground. Oh, gets on base on an air. McLovin Jr. strikes out. Ground out into a fielder's choice for Von Caliente. And a single through the middle for Lansdell. Or through the right infield gap. Slugs grounds out, and that will end day 5. So we got a quick sim next. So I guess I'll show box scores for this. We got some time. I won't show box scores for the last day because I'll just let people check it out on the index. Oh, Fire Aaron Boone made an appearance. I don't know if Yeti is in the stream. 1 out, 1 hit, 1 K. Pretty good there. No save, unfortunately, but just how it goes. Asheville wins 13-4. Here, McQueen off to a solid start so far, trying to defend their pitcher of the year and MVP crowns. Enderman's up to 7 stolen bases already. He is cooking. So that puts him at 1081. So he might get to 1,100 steals by the end of week 1. State College wins 8-0. Chicago wins 7-5. Yellows won 3-0. Wheelers won 4-3. And the Lemurs win 7-2. What might require 2. Nope. All right. There is the 5th day. Finish today. And autoplay all games today. Ron in extras. Oh my goodness. What is up with these just monster offense days today? I know, Cobra, you were not a great outing, unfortunately, but I think you might have made your debut there. Florida returns the shutout against Amarillo, winning 2-0. Bears won an extra innings off of a run scoring single from Sankara. The Lemurs win 5-3. Man, we're we have a lot of stolen base threats in Louisville this season. Complete game loss for Chi-Wei Lee. Good outing there. Fortunately, no win. But yeah, we have. I think we have a good shot at winning the or breaking the all-time team home run record, which would be fun to do. But I think we should steal about 380 stolen bases this season, which is quite a lot. But starting bottom up from these box scores. Give our champions teams the first look that they don't normally get. Both teams had 7 hits, but 6-1 game. Trying to see if I see any crazy stat. Oh, I need to show the pitching for this. Crazy stat lines so far. Long Pipes had a good start. 2 ERA. Toronto gets their first win of the season, and fire Aaron Boone. There you go. Another scoreless relief appearance. Nikki Vaseline, I know, Lone Star, he's always kind of, I don't know, joking about how his player gets a lot of losses. He did not pick up a loss there. But all right, we'll finish today. And we have one more real-time sim. We're going to start with the Lemurs because we have not been on stream yet. So and maybe that will, it's also KP's start, so maybe he will forgive me a little bit for not having his box score earlier. Oh, Bears Lemurs. Always a good matchup. That is 23 stolen bases so far in 6 games. That's a lot. Excuse me. Bears not able to get any runs in the top of the first. Narukami grounds out to start off the inning for the Lemurs. COVID grounds out as well. Wet Sock draws a walk. See if he tries to take second. And he will. Stolen base number 8 on the year. Man Squatch draws a walk. So Jonathan Johnson not able to deliver. That will be a scoreless half inning for the Lemurs. Torrey grounds out. O'Shaughnessy grounds out. And Sankara grounds out. 1-2-3 inning for the Lemurs. Are led off by Andrew Bruchacho. Starts him off with a leadoff single. Samuel Sheeping hitting .524, but not able to find a hit there. Machado strikes out. Brings up Adrian Allaire. Line drive. Great catch by Sankara at short to save a hit. That ends the Lemurs inning. Coleman gets that past the right fielder. In there with a double. Career minor leaguer. Line drive through the infield. And they're up 1-0. That drops in as well. They won't send him this time, though. Runners on the corners, no outs, though. No double play. Oh, an error. Bad throw by the shortstop. So 2-run game now. Walk for the Bears. So bases loaded, 2 outs. O'Shaughnessy drops it in for a single. They'll get 2 runs. 4-0 now. And a pop out for St. Carl in the inning, but the Lemurs now down pretty large. Narukami gets them off started with a double. Covid follows it up with a single. That won't score Narukami even with his speed. Wet Sock grounds into a double play. Does score a run, but not no runners left on the bases after that. Man Squash drops in a single. The double play costing the Lemurs right here. Johnson grounds out, and that ends the inning. We will head out of this one. We'll watch this. They got bases loaded. Strikeout for Ucliffe ends the inning. Oh, AJ's on Death Valley. Bumus gets a strikeout to start off the inning. Squires grounds out. And a home run for Bo Matthews puts them up 3-2. Lucas Ryan pops out, and that ends the inning. DVS now with a chance to try and tie it back up. Laser Show will ground through the middle for a single. Rule strikes out. Steer gets on. Montalban flies out. They're not able to score a run either. Launch angle flies out, not able to find grass, and that will end the 4th. Primo strikes out. Dog gets past the third baseman down the left field line, and he's in there with a double. Oh, Richards grounds that one to the same spot, and he's in there safely with the double. So 4-2 game now in favor of the Pathfinders. And a pass ball moves Richards to third. Jerome singles up the middle, and that makes it a 5-2 game. They pick Jerome off at first. Wow. Back pick from the catcher Healer. Skatos flies out, but Death Valley staring down an even bigger deficit in this inning. Stell pops out. No, gonna get another chance. It was an error, I believe. But we'll line out now. Healer. Grounds out. And Gnomes single up the middle. Eucliffe not able to follow it up, and that will end the inning there. We'll jump out of this one. Oh. Watch Kansas City, Chicago. Single for Gambles. Beats that out. Napolitsky strikes out. Ganja smoke now. Pops out. And Mexicano drops it in for a single. So a 2-out opportunity for East. Who flies out. So the game will stay tied at 1. Diesel grounds out. St. John grounds out. And Kamenek draws a walk. Runner on first. Creek flies out. Well, we will stick on this game as long as it takes if there's no other games that are looking good. But I'm going to jump out of the game after this half inning. Femhauser, that's a big base hit there. Runner gets to third, so 1 out for Saijima, who flies out, and they're not going to test the R, and that was a very shallow fly ball. And Gambles grounds out, so the score is still tied at 1. Yeah, we'll stick with that one. Thank you, Scud. Almost 4.5 years of being subscribed. That's crazy. Walker flies out. Gandalf the Grey pops out. Croker pops out, so a chance to walk it off here. Napolitsky. Line drive up the middle. Poe makes the snag. Ganja Smoke grounds out. Mexicano grounds out. And that ends the inning there. So we're in extras. Oh my. I just want to make... Oh. Yeah, wow. 2-out grand slam tied that game up. That is crazy. Still no tie games here. All right, we're going to jump back to Louisville then. Minor leaguer grounds out for out number 1. All these nuts. Line drive to the right fielder who makes the catch. Kiso grounds out. So Lemurs have a chance to walk it off here. We'll watch the... Now Rakami gets on base. That's a big first batter there. And steals second. Steal number 6. Curious if he'll steal third. And he will. And he's in there safely. So the Lemurs are a wet sock, ground out, or fly out away for potentially walking this off. And they fly out there. It's going to be really shallow, though. Not able to get it through. Man squatch now. Game on the line. Flies out, so no runs there for the Lemurs. And a leadoff single for Vumi and Stitcherson. I'm gonna... Okay, they're in the top of the 11th now. Trying to make sure we don't have any other walk-off opportunities. Does not really look like it. So we'll keep going here. And I'm going to try and jump back between the Kingpins game if it looks like somebody is. Kingpins are going to have a chance. A walk there for the Bears. And a single, so that's going to give the Bears a lead. They're up now 8-7. They get the lead runner at second, but a runner on the corners now. Sankara singles, so 2 runs for the Bears. And they have 2 runners in scoring position again. Coleman strikes out, career minor leaguer now. Draws a walk. So all these nuts with the bases loaded. Lines out. We do have a... bases loaded, 1 out here for the Kingpins. Chance to walk it off. They get the lead runner at home. No double play, so bases loaded will still be loaded for East. 2 outs. And he flies out. Okay, I'm going to check... Oh, okay. We're going to jump to this game then. Buffalo has a chance to walk off against Nashville. We're going to walk Sahur, the rookie from Florida. Reese gets a single, and Reese will walk it off as Buffalo takes down Nashville after a late comeback in the 9th, but able to salvage it and still come out on top. Jump in here. Machado draws a walk, so 2 runners on for a Lair. Only batting 160 so far. Singles up the middle. So that loads the bases for Narukami. Bases loaded, down 2 with 2 outs. Narukami lines that into right field. And that's going to tie the game. Holy cow. We're going to have to... Oh, man. Okay, I think we'll jump back into this one. We'll jump here. They have a runner on third. A fly out ends the inning there, so... And the Lemurs did not get anything. All right. Is the majors... It's not quite wrapped up, but basically... All right. Leadoff walk for Kiso. And a single for Stitcherson. They got the trail runner at second. So a big out there, but a runner on third. Strikeout for Bally in the second. And a single for Story will give them a lead again. fly out for O'Shaughnessy. So the Lemurs need another run. Wet Sock will lead them off. And a deep fly ball that will tie the game. Oh my goodness. So the Kingpins did walk it off. I'm just gonna check this. It was a 2-run home run from Sweet Sweet Ganja Smoke in the bottom of the 13th, gave them the win. Actually, I was going to... Well, I guess we'll watch... I wanted to check just to make sure that there was... Okay. So OBX might have had an opportunity to walk it off, so I want to make sure that we watch that. But... Yes, this might be an early contender for Game of the Year. Man Squatch grounds out. Jay the Fourth grounds out. Brochacho draws a walk. So Samuel Sheeping had that big grand slam in the 8th. Strikes out looking, and we go to the top of the 12th. Sankara strikes out. Coleman grounds out. And minor leaguer strikes out. So Machado now up for the Lemurs. Hits a deep fly ball, and that one's gone. The Lemurs put up 3 straight innings with runs and somehow find a way to win this game. That was a quite the back and forth. Wow. All right. Indeed, you should have a good week of content there. All right, I'm gonna get the upload started because then you guys can check out the box scores and such once that's done. But yeah, indeed. Well, we're back tomorrow. I'm streaming again, and I'm also going to stream Thursday. So we will... but those will be a little bit quicker. We're a little bit lighter on our streaming core than normal. So, but yeah, we will, so I'm stepping in. I'm gonna get us through as many of those as we can. Um, but so those will be no box scores, nice and short. But does anybody have? I don't see anybody online to raid into. So we might not have a raid. But, if anybody has any questions they want to ask me, I'm happy to do an Ask the Booth segment. Why do I like the PBE? Hmm. Yeah, well, I think really what I enjoy the most is like, I don't know, just being able to analyzing stuff and kind of seeing the league progress. Like, this is the assembly that I'm the most engaged in and up to date on, people and players and stuff like that. And so I enjoy the being able to kind of pay attention to the teams and moves they make and stuff like that. So that's probably my favorite part. But I think that a lot of the reason I actually enjoy that is I think the community is great. So it's helps a lot to care a lot about how things go, when I'm enjoying everything that kind of comes along the way. So, or you know, having good people that kind of bring you in and make it more engaging really helps kind of get to that point. But then just generally, it's fun to root your player on every sim. But yeah, quite a. It's very unique, miscellaneous thing that the league does. Well, I finally got into it. Poe has sent out like probably 4 or 5 messages that I've responded to about joining a PvE Dynasty Fantasy League, and I have never been able to get in until this season. So I've been really enjoying that. So it's a very unique thing. I know other leagues do Dynasty, like ISFL does it. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, World Series are fun too, like getting to watch your team on stream, 7 straight games or so. That's a lot of fun. I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's any other unique stuff that's really. But yeah, I think the Dynasty Fantasy League's probably the thing that I've been enjoying the most. I've also been enjoying being on the Hall of Fame team, because that's been kind of fun to Yeah. Um. Yep. I know it's cards are definitely a really cool thing that all the leagues do. But let's see. Okay, we're done. I'll take a look at the standings and then I'll send everybody on their way. So Lemurs are in first at 7-0. State College at 5-2. A bunch of 4-3 teams, and then the Ranas are winless. But majors wise, Detroit 6-1. Cancun and Seattle are tied at 5-2. Death Valley's 0-7. It's not how I anticipated that start of the season going. Winter base 3-4. Champions looks relatively kind of close. Outer Banks, New York struggled a little bit. Providence 7-0. Vancouver, San Antonio. So, apart from the 0-7 Death Valley and 5-2 Seattle, pretty not too crazy. But all right. I need to get the index updated. That's what I need to do. Already counting down the magic number for Providence. I kind of want to look at the 26 stolen bases in 7 games. On pace for 400, yeah. Yeah. It's the record. I know that's kind of my alternative goal of winning this season is to try and set that record, and we're uh, probably well on our way to doing it. Because the other thing, so the season records, they use playoff stats in them too. So it's 376, which is like roughly what Lemurs should be at. But add on 4 to 15 playoff games. Yeah, right. Index updated. Feel free to check it out, and see you back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Won't raid today because I don't think there's anybody else playing out of the park at the moment. But have a good rest of your Tuesday night.